line is to the right. Yes, this is the live viewing of Raider Reaction. Yes, sir. No pushing. No, please, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. The VIP line is to the left. If you give me your name, I'll see if you're on there. Go ahead, step to the left, man. Hey, man. I don't mind if you smoke that at all, but you can't smoke that here. You're gonna need to take that over there, away from the crowd, please. Thank you. Yes, this is the live viewing of Raider Reaction. The Commish will be here tonight. Please, line is to the right. Yes, sir, I know it won't be much longer. I apologize. They try to put on a tight show. Yes, ma'am, we will let the VIP in first, I promise. You're VIP for a reason. Let's get it! Damn! It's time. I am the Commish. This is another edition of Raider Reaction. Finally, the Raider Nation report, technical difficulties, all the other bullshit that we've had to deal with, and here we are. I wasn't gonna let it fuck with me. I wasn't gonna let it fuck with the relaunch. Calm down. Fix what I know's wrong. And we're fucking back. And that's just how we do. We gotta stay resilient. All the other bullshit we deal with. Since January 18th, Raider Reaction has been in a fucking stranglehold of social media. We've found our niche. We've carved our way back. We're here. We've put the band back together. We're on a mission from fucking gods. From Zeus. From we don't know who. But we're back. And damn it, let's get fucking to it. Make sure. Let's make sure we got some sound this time, huh? Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear, Raider Nation? All right. Let's get after it. Let's tweak a nipple or two. Let's get into the foreplay. As you all know, been gone for a while and a lot has transpired, so I gotta dial it back a little into the past, hit the present, hit the future, hit all that shit, and wrap it into a nice little 60-minute fucking nugget and throw it out into the fucking silver and black universe. So that's what we've got planned for tonight. Thank you for joining me, each and every damn one of you, all of you. Those who asked where I was, who were wondered where, who called for, man, we miss your shows, we miss your perspective. Man, I've seen every one of them damn posts and every one of them tweets and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, each and every damn one of you. You guys are the reason I'm even here tonight, or I would have fucking probably given up and said fuck it and just moved along to what next ever I was gonna do. But because of that shit, I'm back and fuck it. Let's get into it, man. That's enough of the fucking nipple tweaking. That's enough of the foreplay. Let's move on. It dropped this morning like a big fucking turd nugget right in the middle of our day. You can't make much light out of it, man. This was a loss of life involved in this. Henry Ruggs III. We'll refer to him as Henry Ruggs III for about the last time, because now it's going to be Henry Ruggs the 70972A43, cell block 3, row 5. 22 years old. All the adversity this kid had already came through. Fucking, living on Donald Duck fucking orange juice out of Dollar Tree and fighting his way up from a little or nothing and making it, and being 22 years old and making one of the dumbest fucking decisions you could possibly make. Now, we don't know all the particulars. All the facts got to come out, so we can't pass judgment until we really know what's going on. But man, this is a bad look. The Raider Nation has already been taking it on the chin for a fucking couple weeks, and now this is I don't even know how a franchise deals with something like this. This is a loss of life here. You can't. It's hard to even make jokes or look light of it, or how it affects a game, or whether this guy's going to play or not. Whether this guy's going to play or not. Whether this guy's even going to be free and not in a jail cell remains to be seen. If you look at the laws in Nevada, they are freaking strict, man. And when it comes to dealing with DUI, especially dealing with involving a fatality, if you're the one found at fault, it's mandatory prison. It's debatable on time, but it's mandatory prison. You're going to prison if you're found guilty of DUI, basically, in Nevada, and there's a fatality involved. So it's we had the issue with the incident with Josh Jacobs last year. Turned out to be no alcohol involved, and of course nobody died in that one. When somebody's dead at the end of it, I'm just looking at, hey man, I'm Joe Schmo. I don't know the fucking facts. I'm standing back. I'm looking at the fucking young athlete in the fucking flashy sports car who's out at 3:30 in the morning on the day off when they had Monday off, when they were practicing on Sunday, and or is it more likely that the fucking RAV4 that exploded was at fault? Nothing good happens at 3:30 in the morning. I know when I was out rolling around at 3:30 in the morning, wasn't nothing fucking good going on. I was up to fucking no good. I was like getting fucked up. I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. The NFL has a program that it's no charge for NFL players to call Uber, Lyft, anything. You can call, give them some fucking special back code, and they'll fucking swoop in and get you. There is zero reason in the world that you should ever put yourself in that kind of risk and other people in danger. We've all, a lot of people have made the same mistake. I know people have made the same mistake. It's a split-second decision that changes your life forever. And it just doesn't seem like the Raiders can catch a damn break as a franchise. And this one's a tough one to take, man. Somebody's dead tonight because of the choices somebody made. Some very bad choices last night. And we'll wait till the facts to come out. But, man, that wasn't what I planned on starting my show with 24 hours ago. I can tell you that but when something like that happens, it kind of changes the course and the perspective of everything a little bit. That's for damn sure. Because, man, we're going to talk to you about it a little later in the show, as you see down there, and how this actually affects the wide receiver core, which is already fucking paper thin as it is. So while I was gone, this other fucking gigantic nuke drops out of the fucking NFL sky, and John Gruden all of a sudden finds himself basically forced to resign over some emails that popped up in the Washington football team investigation about the fucking toxic ass workplace of Dan Snyder. Now here's the thing, man. Everybody wants to know why they're not going to put the emails out. Why they're not going to put the emails out. I tell you why they're not going to put the emails out. Roger Goodell works for 32 motherfuckers. Okay? He works for 32 owners. Daniel Snyder, whether he is a slimeball or not, is in that very small elite club. They are not going to ostracize and fucking lynch one of their own in a public hanging, in a public execution. They're not going to do it. I guarantee you there's enough shit in there to bury Daniel Snyder, and you're going to end up having some sort of shit like the guy who had to own the Clippers, and they're going to be enforced. They don't want that shit. They don't want that. They're probably talking already behind the scenes, some way to work to get him out of there without it being messy. There's something going on. There's something going on. But the fact of the matter is, they don't give a fuck about a coach. If Gruden can be collateral damage to be the shiny little thing like, hey, look over here. So you don't look over here with the fucking shit that's really going on? That's all that was. This was a deflection. Hey, look over here, guys. Look at all these emails. John Gruden's a piece of shit. Yeah, well, fuck. Did you ever hear him open his fucking mouth? Man, I couldn't stand John Gruden. Oh, my God. I said on this show, and fucking the day John Gruden was signed, and I hated John Gruden from the second he was not a Raider. I didn't love him that much when he was a Raider. Towards the end, man, it was his bad play callings, gutless at some times, that caused the Raiders. It was his gutless play calling as much in the Tuck Rule game as the reason we lost as anything else. I was happy to see John Gruden leave the first time, and I was disgusted when he came back, but I tried to embrace the fact and all of that and yada, 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 and fucking, kumbaya and all that shit. I tried to embrace it, but his fucking way of football is expired. His game plan is a little tired. It just needed tweaked. And he's too goddamn conservative at times. And you see, as soon as he's gone and you take the leash off a little bit, what happens. Now, I was approached by one of the guys that been part of the Raider Reaction for a long time, Ariel. When it popped up, we were commenting back and forth about who we thought was going to be the head coach. Bisaccia's name come up. I wasn't thrilled about the selection. Of course, I didn't know all of the backstory about him. Now that he is the coach, you've had all these players come forth and tell you all of these, these stories about that have been with him for years and years and years, and all of that stuff. So now you've got a little better perspective on who this guy really is. And the reason he was moved up, not just to be the special teams coach, but he was also the assistant head coach for the Raiders. And there's a reason he was moved up and he was assistant head coach, not just a special teams coach. And players that have come forth all the way 2 decades plus back that have played for him. And this is a guy that has been needing a shot for a long time. He was mentioned by Mike Mayock years ago as a guy that he believed should get a shot at a head coaching position. And here he is. He's now found his spot. He's here. And he seems... Sports are a weird thing, man, and you don't know what's going to be that catalyst that makes a team become a team. That is that thing that fucking what galvanizes them all together for a common cause. What that is, it looks like after Gruden left, it was it's a little bit of breath of fresh air. We're not really going to change that much, but maybe we don't have that guy screaming in our fucking ear anymore. And let's go prove the world wrong. And it seemed like they were playing. They were loose. The team seemed like it was having fun out there. And it's kind of what Josh Jacobs alluded to. It was just nice to be able to come to the sideline, and if you did something wrong, you didn't have somebody barking in your fucking ear the second your toe hit the fucking sideline. So I think it's a nice change. It's just now you throw in this extra ingredient of what just happened this morning. With Henry Ruggs, he's going to be removed from this team. He's not going to be part of this team going forward. He's under an investigation now. There's no way the guy's going to be able to play. I don't know what list he's going to be put on, some sort of commissioner's exempt list, or what's going to happen to him. But he's not going to be playing. He's not going to be part of this team anymore. And that is going to now really affect a lot of things. It's going to affect how this is really... I mean, Rich Bisaccia is getting thrown to the fucking wolves. I mean, you've got a team that's on the rise, that has a chance to win the goddamn division. And the coach is now forced to resign over controversy. You've had to step in. And now all of a sudden, you have this gigantic nuke of what happened today. And this is the real first test for Rich Bisaccia as a head coach in the National Football League to see how he is going to handle the situation with Henry Ruggs III, how he's going to handle this internally, how he's going to handle this with the press, just how as a whole this is going to be handled. It's going to be interesting going forward. It's going to be interesting. We'll have to see. But I really think part of it's going to help you get over this is that guy right there. Derek Carr, and I said it all freaking at the end of last year. I said it coming into this offseason. Derek Carr earned 2021. The way that he finished 2020, he had an amazing year last year individually. Did it lead to team success? No. So we don't need to have that fucking argument, that dead horse. Let's not beat that poor motherfucker anymore. Amazing year last year individually. To me, dealing with the team and what it was and being able to perform individually the way that he did, to me, earned him some stripes, man. So some big stripes, and it earned him the starting spot in the 2021 year to see what he can do. Now, at the end of 2021, if you were asking me last year, I really thought this would be a make it or break it season for Derek Carr. But so far, through 7 games of your 2021 season, Derek Carr has looked really amazing and looked MVP-ish at times. He's having a career season right now, and you've got to start putting him up there in that GOAT conversation in the silver and black as a quarterback in the silver and black. Statistically, he is going to own everything if he sticks around another year or two as a Raider quarterback. We all know, man, it's the playoff wins, it's the lack of playoff wins, lack of playoff appearances, no rings, no championships, not even division crowns, no nothing. Shit. We know. Okay? We all know. That's the knock on Carr. But this is the ultimate team sport. So it's not all on him. I think this is the biggest test possibly of Derek Carr's career. You've got a team right now that you've got Kansas City who's tripping all over themselves. You got the Chargers who are still trying to find their way. They're probably your biggest competition in division. The Donkeys they're nothing to worry about. Fuck the Donkeys. Donkeys are nothing to worry about. But the fact that the Chiefs have been shown as mortal here over the past, since basically last season, towards the end of the season. Everybody's off that fucking bandwagon now, realizing that, oh man, you can get to him. You can rattle him. Well, fuck yeah. God, the Mahomes talk was getting just out of fucking hand there in his Super Bowl year and post was just a little fucking ridiculous. The way Carr handles this, I think you're going to see the kind of leader this guy is. I'm really interested to see how this team responds here in the upcoming week. You've got a couple interesting weeks, man. I think, jeez, these next 3 weeks are really going to tell you where this team's at. Are you 5-2? Are you 5-2 and on the way up? Are you 6-2, 7-2, possibly 8-2, or do you find yourself 5-5? These next 3 games, you got the Giants. This game, coming out of a bye week, should be an absolute win over a much lesser team. This team is beat up. They took Kansas City to the ropes, but Kansas City's not what everybody wants to make them out to be. The Giants should be an easy win coming off a bye if you're the team that your record says you are. So if you're the team that your record says you are, you should come out and handle business against the Giants. This is going to tell you right out of the gate what the psyche of this team is going forward a little bit, is right out of the gate in this game against the Giants. This should be a solid performance The defense should be able to get off. They should be able to get to Daniel Jones. Should be a good, solid performance. And then you got Kansas City and the Bengals after that. Those are big games. Those are big games. At home, Kansas City, Cincinnati. So you're really going to know what this team is and where they're at in the middle. It's a big... I'm interested to see how Carr handles this. I'm really interested to see how Carr handles this. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting... I mean, a team's not supposed to have to deal with this much adversity that's outside the football field. You know, the adversity that you're supposed to deal with this time of the season is supposed to be on the football field, not this outside bullshit. So it's unfortunate that the Raiders just they're a fucking drama magnet, man. I don't know. It's always something. It's always something, and here it is. It's just another instance, and we're gonna have to see how Derek Carr handles it. But I'm telling you, if Carr puts this team in the playoffs, continues the statistical run he is, you're gonna have to start putting him in the GOAT conversation. It's all just it's gonna come down to hardware for him. It really is gonna come down to hardware when you get to the end. Does he have any? And that's gonna be the bust for him. Regular season stats though, he's gonna own that shit. He's absolutely 100% gonna own that shit by the time he hangs up the silver and black if he sticks around for another year or two. I mean, he damn near owns most of them now. So, now, it's been something that the Raiders have been looking for well over a decade now. And it's a solid linebacker to be that quarterback in the middle, to be that guy that helps run everything. And my God, I think they might have finally found him in Denzel Perryman. This guy is everything that they have been looking for so long. I mean, we have individual defensive players in our fantasy league, and I've got guys even trying to trade me to get him in freaking fantasy. This guy's such a freaking beast. He's putting up stats like crazy. He's a tackle machine. He is just helping regulate the middle of this defense like it has needed for so long. The long lost linebacker. My God, please. I hope this guy can turn into something that's around for quite some time coming forward. That's for damn sure. He's only 28 years in age, so he's still got some tread on the tires, and this could be the long lost linebacker that the Raiders have needed. Oh, I mean, for so long, man. So long. You've needed a guy out there. I mean, how many have we went through? Navarro, Barry Riley Jr. Oh, jeez, the list goes on. And Avonta's perfect. Fucking Derek Johnson. You've brought in retread after retread after retread. You've tried to projects. Fucking Tanner Muse. Bring a safety. Try to turn him into a linebacker. That didn't fucking work out. Divine Diablo, you were trying to do the same thing with him. It remains to be seen whether that's going to work out. This is big. You needed this guy, man. You needed this guy. And the fact that you've been able to find him out in free agency, 28 years of age, this is the glue that could hold this defense together. Damn straight. Man, thank you, each and every damn one of you. All you guys out there that are watching, man. Each and every damn one of you. Thank you all. All of you guys, man. Each and every damn one of you. Thank you for watching. You guys are the shit. It's been rough. It's been rough. We're back. Raider Reaction. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch. We're on fucking TikTok. We're on TikTok as of yesterday. We're TikToking now. Whatever. Got to figure out how the fuck that even works. Instagram, Facebook. Got to join the official group of Raider Reaction. Come to the dark side. It's real. It's raw. It's uncensored. That fucker's been popping, man. It's what, like almost 12,000 members now of the dark side. Excuse Excuse me. It's not one of them. It's not one of them stupid, highly moderated groups where you gotta have your posts approved and somebody's always tapping you on the shoulder saying you can't say this. None of that stupid bullshit. So come on over. Join the dark side. It's real. It's raw. It's uncensored. You know, we got cookies and bong rips and topless chicks dancing in the corner. There's dudes dancing too for you women and anybody who's into that. We're equal opportunity around here at the dark side. But the long lost linebacker. It's nice to finally. I think that position may be solved. You got to keep Denzel Perryman around and keep him performing in the way. But I tell you what, so far, our new defensive coordinator, his scheme seems to be possibly what this team needed. You needed a change after Paul Guenther, man. You needed a change. You needed a change in mindset. You just needed a change in general. That was not working. You needed a change. So this seems to be the scheme that's. I mean, you've had guys go down. You've had corners go down. You've had defensive linemen that haven't shown out like they should, been replaced, shuffled around. There's been moves made, and this just seems to keep moving forward. And I like the way this defense is going, and I think the linebacker, maybe it's a problem we can finally put in the rearview mirror, and maybe we can develop somebody underneath him to pass that torch to, so you don't have this fucking gap like you did for a decade plus at least. I mean, when was the last solid stud linebacker you remember the Raiders having that just were just ruling shit back there? When's the last one It's been a while, man. I can't even remember who the last one. If I was to just go name one, I don't know who that would be. Well, moving on. So, as you see, you may have seen the rundown there. We had this little thing added in here called Fan of the Week. Now, there's a lot of folks that follow Raider Reaction, that follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of our different social media platforms, what have you. And I wanted to take the time, I stopped my rambling a couple times. I like to thank you guys and, try to pull you into my crazy thought process. But once I start this show, it's like a fucking lawnmower, man. I pull it and my brain just goes, my mouth doesn't stop, and I roll till the fucking timer stops, and that's it. So I thought I need to put a prompt in here, because I want to stop and I want to thank somebody. I want to give back to those that watch the show, those who are involved, those that comment, those that post in the group, those that are active and are really support and have been a supporter of Raider Reaction over the years, for what have you, long and short. So I've come up with a thing called Fan of the Week, and what I don't want to just arbitrarily pick people. I would like you to somewhat nominate yourself. Shoot us a message, because I don't want to go Facebook stalk your ass and go pull any pictures out of anybody's profile or anything like that. Oh, that's what I did tonight, but that guy will be all right with it. But I want you to send me a picture of you decked out in your Raider gear and tell me why you should be the Raider Reaction Fan of the Week. I don't care why it is. You love the Raiders so much, and this is why. I like your shows. I like your fucking page. You make me laugh. Whatever. You guys are stupid. I don't care. But just send us a message to the Raider Reaction Sports Facebook page. Tell us why you should be Fan of the Week. And we're going to highlight a Raider Reaction, a Raider Nation fan every week. We're going to do a little spotlight of you. We're going to throw you up here, just like I'm about to do right now, as soon as I can get my shit working properly. We're going to do a little Fan of the Week. We're going to highlight a special little person who deserves a little notoriety for one reason or another. I don't know why. You're going to tell me why. And then we're going to pick you. So not only are we going to throw you up on the screen and talk about you, we're going to send you some nice little goodies from Raider Reaction. A little thank you of being a supporter of Raider Reaction, watching our shows, following our pages and our social media platforms. So we're going to send you some goodies, and you're going to be our fan of the week. Much like this gentleman right here. This gentleman, Raider Lines, has been a member of the Raider Reaction hype team for years and years and years. Most people don't ever see him. He doesn't put his face out on anything, but he helps behind the scenes and is an invaluable member of Raider Reaction and has been for years. He started out as a fan, just a supporter of Raider Reaction who watched in the crowd, just like many of you are doing now. And I just thought I would be the first one because, I could go Facebook stock Lines and, he's probably not going to have a fit about it. But he'd be our first official fan of the week because that's how he got started. But now he's like the vice president in arms around here at Raider Reaction. So, like I said, if you think you would like to be the Raider Reaction fan of the week, and we can hook you up with some little Raider Reaction goodies, go ahead and message the page, and we're going to pick one person for next week on the Raider Nation Report on Tuesday night about mid-show, and then we'll pick another one for the following week, and blah, 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 blah. So, message the page, send a little picture in, tell us why you should be the fan of the week, and maybe we'll get you up there next week, and we'll embarrass your ass. Not quite as bad as Lines. Should have went and found like some baby pictures of Lines that fucking flip through there like fucking slideshow. Alright, that's enough of that shit. Let's get back to some real business here. What happened earlier had some insane ramifications. I was honestly shocked. Business is business, man. The loss of life with what happened with Henry Ruggs the third this morning, this afternoon, early morning. And the unfortunate loss of life by the person in the other vehicle. It is what it is, and business is business, and life goes on. So I was shocked to see that the team didn't go out and make a move before the trade deadline. There were some guys out there, some big names. I even heard OBJ being mentioned. You saw, obviously, the talk of Deshaun Jackson being mentioned, a bunch of other guys. There were no moves made prior to the trade deadline, but the wide receiver core, as it currently stands, is not in good shape. It's just really not. You basically have 3 starting wide receivers left on roster. You've got Bryan Edwards, you've got Hunter Renfrow, and you've got Zay Jones. So you're going to slide Zay Jones, I expect, up into the Henry Ruggs III spot. He is a bit of a speedster. He can get up over the top as well. I don't think he's quite to the caliber of Ruggs III. I mean, that's a guy you went up and grabbed in the first round. I don't think that he's that type of talent. And the only other 2 wide receivers you even have on roster are Dylan Stoner and DJ Turner, who are on your practice squad. Now you can pull those guys up, sure, to be backups, but man, you are stretching your wide receiver core very, very thin at this point. Now the only guy that's really out there that can help this team right now is this fellow right here, or whatever, where the fuck he's at, Deshaun Jackson. He is out there. He was released, so he is now out there as a free agent. So you don't have to really worry about the trade deadline. You can go out and pick up a free agent at this time of the year to help fill out that wide receiver core. There just ain't too many quality wide receivers out on the market. I mean, you got Chad Ochocinco, who still thinks he can play, Terrell Owens, who still thinks he can play, and you got D-Jack, who the guy just, he just came off the football field. So he's still got something. And to me, this guy was Henry Ruggs III a decade ago. Okay? That was his game. He was a little guy. He did what you brought Henry Ruggs III in to do. Although you was hoping he'd be D-Jax and more. Well, I don't know if he's going to... What other option do you have? Honestly, that's almost what I want to say. Is what other option do you have? If you don't call him up, there's nobody else out there. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Man, I've watched that guy go from team to team to team, and he is what he is right now. He's a guy who may catch you a play or two, but he's not consistent. He's old. He's not got tread on the tires that much anymore. He is what he is. But right now, you find yourself in a very, very peculiar situation. You decided already in the offseason that your number one wide receiver is your tight end, Darren Waller. So you weren't really going to address that true and go and get that true number one, because your true number one for Derek Carr was Darren Waller. So you already decided that in the offseason based on your lack of moves at going out and trying to grasp a true number one wide receiver to bolster this wide receiver crew. Everybody that you brought in was a small, slight build, speed guy. John Brown, Snead, they're all the same fucking cloned guy. No, not much different than what you had in Ruggs III. Now, all those guys, they're all gone. You released them. Snead asked to be released because you weren't using his ass. So you thought you were okay with what you had, and you probably were, barring any injuries. But now this. And you picked the guy off the top of the order of what you were using. It's concerning. So I don't see where you have a choice besides calling Deshaun Jackson and at least having a conversation. Here's the thing, man. Ain't nobody else calling you, Deshaun. Ain't nobody else calling your ass. Okay? They tried to trade you. Nobody wanted you. You've went through how many fucking teams, man? I've lost track. Didn't even play a stint the Bills, maybe? The Eagles? He was in Tampa for a while. Motherfucker's been everywhere. I've lost track. He's like the traveling man. And he's had problems in locker rooms, and he's this and that. So that's the other thing. I don't think you have a choice. You're sitting at 5-2 in first place in your fucking division. You've already rolled over this gigantic bump in the road of losing your head coach over controversy midstream. And you've kept fucking going. You've got to deal with this, man. You've got to, Ruggs is gone. You got to go grab the best you can get to replace him. Deshaun Jackson is the best you can get to replace him right now. He's the only guy out there. Who else is there that's a fucking free agent that's sitting on the couch that's in football shape, ready to jump in, throw me the ball? That guy. You got to call him. I wasn't a fan of calling him before what happened this morning. Now, desperate times, call for desperate measures, man. And you need to bring his ass in, because I'm just telling you, you got to make every move you can make. Keep the boat afloat. Keep the season moving forward. Because the fact of the matter is, you're 5-2 and you're in first place, and that ain't easy to fucking accomplish right there. That's not easy to accomplish. But this wide receiver core, man, they need a healthy Darren Waller out there, because that's got to be the crutch that they lean on. It's got to be Darren Waller. He's got to be that number one. He's got to be dynamic, and you'll beat the Giants. I don't even know if you need all that to beat the Giants. The Giants bowed up, I think, about as much as you're going to see a team bow up this last week and lose. They took the Chiefs to the limit. They should have won the game. The Chiefs pulled it out of their ass, but it is what it is. They got the W, and the only thing anybody remembers at the end of the season is the W. I don't think you're going to see that same type of fight out of the Giants this week. And like I said, I think this should be a game that this team really galvanizes themselves on. You got the Chiefs game the following week, and I think you have to really go out and really, really handle business. I think you've really got to handle business in this game. This should be one of those games in the season where it's just kind of a fun game, and you go out there and just smack them in the fucking mouth. If you are what your record says you are, if you are the 5-2 dog in the AFC West, the top dog, fucking number one, first place, if you are that team and you are going to solidify yourself as said team, you have to go out and kick the fucking Giants in the teeth. And I really think they're going to do that. I somehow, this team, the things that drive a team together and form a team, it's weird, man. It doesn't always have to be a positive thing that drives a team together. It can be some. They seem to galvanize after the Gruden thing. Does this team rally then again around itself as a team over the Henry Ruggs III tragedy? Sports are they work in weird ways, man. And I think this game is a huge telltale sign to how this team is going to fare down the stretch. I really do. You look at the season in chunks, man. And when I look at the season, I cut it up. I look at, the first quarter of the season. I look at to your bye week, where you're at about midway, how you deal with it down the stretch. We know how the Raiders have finished down the stretch the last couple of seasons. And it ain't been good, but there's a new sheriff in town. Got a new badge. New sheriff in town. Fucking Gruden's out with his fucking douchebaggy ass. Finally. Oh, my God. You have no idea. Man, you can ask Prime the next time Prime's on. I refused to even watch Monday Night Football with the volume on when that motherfucker called it. I hated John Gruden, man. I hated John Gruden. You never, ever, ever in sports... Never in sports do you reach back in the past and recreate past glory and have success with it. It doesn't fucking work. They've done it in fucking every facet of sports. It doesn't work. You can't recreate past glory. You can't try to capture lightning in a fucking bottle twice. It doesn't work that way. God, I'm so glad he's gone, man. I'm so glad and I don't like fucking change, so I'm hoping Rich Bisaccia, this team rallies around him, he move forward and just make him the fucking head coach, and let's just keep rolling with what you got. Because I don't like change, and everything seems to be moving in the right direction. You just got rid of the douchebag that was standing in charge of the ship. Fuck it. Away we go. Away we go. So, beating the Giants, man, I'm telling you, this should be an absolute fucking blowout this week. This should be an absolute fucking blowout. You should really go in and smash these fuckers. I don't give a fuck about, it's a home game. Who gives a shit? They're the fucking Giants. They're like a mash unit. I mean, is Saquon Barkley going to play, 2 downs this game? That motherfucker never plays. They don't have any wide receivers. It's Daniel Jones. Yannick Ngakoue, Mad Max Crosby, I expect to be meeting at Daniel Jones all day long. I think Denzel Perryman and the linebacker core will handle this, and I think your secondary, you are going to see them smacking some guys around. I think it's going to be I think this is going to be a positive game. I think this game puts this franchise in the right direction. Or... I'm not even going to discuss the or, because I don't think the or is going to happen. I really feel like you turned a corner with this team. The resilience of this team after what happened with Gruden and the way they bounced back, and that you can just tell, man. You can just tell. You can just tell, man. Easy now. Big game. I'm telling you, I think this is a 2-touchdown win. It's a 2-touchdown win. I think they smashed the Giants this week. I really think they do. I was so concerned with how this team would bounce back after the John Gruden resignation, firing, whatever they have, fucking witch hunt, lynch mob, whatever you want to call it. And it was. There was no doubt about the fact that was a fucking straight lynch mob job, was a straight witch hunt. It was what it was. He was the shiny thing that they could show you over here. See, it didn't look over there. That's all he was. But it was his own fault. He created the fact that he could be the shiny little fucking thing over here. See, I mean, as much bullshit as it is that he's the only motherfucker that's probably going to fucking have his head fall over all of that bullshit and everything associated with the Washington football team and the sexual harassment charges, the fucking toxic workplace for dance, all of that. The only thing that's probably going to happen is Gruden. But the fact of the matter is, he still fucking did it. And he's not innocent of any of it. So he needed to go anyway. So, John Gruden was holding this fucking team back, man, and he needed to go. I'm sorry. He needed to go. Keep Mike Mayock. Keep Rich Bisaccia. Keep your offensive and defensive coordinators intact. Keep some continuity around Derek Carr. And fuck it. Roll into the future. Because that's really what you should do. That's what you should do. You've got a little bit of continuity finally going here in this franchise, which has lacked it for so fucking long, man. Keep it. Keep it going. Fuck. For the love, try to keep that going, please. Because I really think at the end of the day, man, this is going to end at playoffs. Yes, I said it. I think the Raiders are going to the playoffs this year. They've already given you the Walmart backdoor spot, the 7th spot, the number 7 spot. Please don't get in with the 7th spot. That's all I want. Just don't get in with the 7th spot. All these years now, and you've only had the one playoff appearance in 2016. Don't squeak in with the Walmart, fucking the welfare fucking spot. I don't know. No. I don't want that playoff spot. Let's get one of the top 6 at least. Let's not squeak in with that one. Division crown. Derek Carr needs to have a division title on his resume. Resume. He got his marquee win last year. That big win against the Chiefs, man, that was a marquee win. The first game with fans in the stands, got that win. First game in Legion Stadium. He started to put some marquee wins on his resume. He's got to get something else added on there this season. There's got to be some level of success. I think it's been a rough season, and you could make all the excuses for this and that, why you wouldn't have succeeded this year. Oh, most teams would have never made it through the coaching thing, and they had the thing with Henry Ruggs, and they had this and that. No. It doesn't really matter. At some point, you just got to get there. Other teams have adversity. Other teams have shit happen too. You got to get there, and at some point, you've got to have that fucking level of success, man. You just do. And I think they get to the playoffs this year. I really do. I think the Chiefs are really at a crossroads here, man. And they've got a crazy stretch over the next 3 weeks. They play us. They play the Bengals, the Cowboys. They got another tough team in there as well. They got a tough road ahead of them. And they're not going to come through that well. The Donkeys are on the way down. I don't think the Chokers are going to end up being what everybody thinks they're going to be by the end of the year. This division is the ripest for the picking it has been in a long time. Stay the fucking course, man. Right the ship and own this bitch. I really think they can do it, and I think the Raiders are going to the playoffs in 2021. I'm telling you, I'm predicting a 2-touchdown win this week. I think they kick the fucking teeth into the Giants, and this team's going to show you who they are. I think they're going to show you who they are. Sometimes the personality of a team takes over. This team started to gel, man. John Gruden leaving the locker room did something for this team. It did something for this team. We're going to see. We're going to see where it goes. Oh, that leaves us. It's one final little segment here. It's a little segment I like to close my shows out with. It's a little say you may be familiar with it. Yes, you might. Just possibly. It's this little thing that I like to call the WTF. Oh, it's been a long time coming, man. It was nice to do a show again. We had the little technical difficulties at the beginning. We tripped through it a little bit. It was wonky here or there. What it was. I'm a little rusty. I got to get my groove back. Thank you each and every one for joining us. I really appreciate it. But it's time. Let's get into the WTF, man. And my WTF, it's going to deal with some of the shit I've been dealing with. I tell you, man, it has not been fun dealing with the crap like this, always popping in. You put in all this work, you ran these shows for the night, you show up and find out your page has been removed. You find out you've been deemed as recidivism. I have the tendency of a convicted criminal to reoffend. I'm a Facebook criminal who has been profiled as a reoffender by the Facebook Popo. I mean, what do we do wrong here, ladies and gentlemen? What do we really do wrong at Raider Reaction? I talk about the team that I love. I use some colorful metaphors when I refer to things and possibly members of the other opposing team's fan bases. But other than that, other than my colorful vocabulary and the way I like to describe things from time to time, what am I really doing wrong that is so obscene, so vulgar, so over the fucking line that we're under the scrutiny that we currently are? We're a stupid fucking fan page and a podcast that follows a professional football team. And we talk and banter about a football team. That's what the fuck we do. That we're not peddling child porn, pornography, fucking bestiality, violent shit. We're not doing none of that crap. So why I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. Why the fuck we have to deal with what we've had to deal with, and why we are back to now where we are. A fucking page of 56,000 followers taken down. Our original Instagram page taken down. But fuck it. They can keep taking it down, and we'll keep rebuilding it. We're going to be like the little ant. Every time you walk past his little fucking anthill, and you step on it and you knock it down, when you come back the next day, there's a new anthill there, right? The motherfucking ant doesn't like, fuck it. I just ain't got, no. It'll be a new anthill. We're going to be that little fucking ant. And we're going to keep building our new fucking anthill, and we ain't fucking going nowhere. Because we deserve to have a place to speak our mind and have a fucking forum to speak our mind about the team that we love. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm just glad to be back. I'm glad that bullshit, we can put it behind us, hopefully. Once and for damn all. And we can just get back to doing what we do. Right here at Raider Reaction. It's been a long time coming. I missed being on. I had a lot to talk about. I couldn't even squeeze it all in. There's just so much. I couldn't squeeze it all in an hour. I could keep going and going and going. But we got plenty of time for that. We got something planned for you for tomorrow night. Fantasy show right before kickoff on Thursday Night Football. Black Friday returns this Friday. Got a little special treat for you on Saturday night. And then back with our game day coverage on Sunday. Raider Reaction game day coverage is back. We're going to have El Pirata with his pregame show. And the second the final whistle blows, I will be live with my postgame reaction right here. The new home of Raider Reaction. Like it, follow it, share it. This is the new page. This is where we can be found. This is where the podcast will, all the fire, all of that. This is where it will be. So please, help us get the word out. We've tried to stay resilient. We've tried to battle through. We're back. The team is back. And it's business as usual around here. Just a little change in the zip code is all. Thank you for joining me, each and every damn one of you. Raider Nation, you are the absolute shit. I mean it. I'll give yourselves an applause. Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for all the kind comments, the messages in our social medias, the comments in the pages, people putting up posts, asking where the fuck we were, where our shows were, if I tell you, I hung it up, guys. I'd hung it up. I disbanded the team. I'd fucking got rid of everything. We were done. We were done. And if it wasn't for everybody reaching out and wondering where the hell we were, I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this again. So I thank you for pulling me back into the seat and sticking my ass back in front of this microphone. And give me a couple shows. I'll get back to where I was. It won't take me long. And I'll get all the bells and whistles figured out again. We won't have some bullshit happen like happened tonight. But thank you, each and every damn one of you. Raider Reaction is back. And we're here to fucking stay. Peace, love. Raider Nation.
See me, I'm still standing. I might be bleeding, but I'm still breathing. Well, you might hate me, but pussy motherfucker, you won't break me. I might be bleeding, but I'm still breathing.